going on? Rob Fisher for BikeBandit.com, and I want to welcome you, and I want to welcome Jason Thomas here from Fly Racing. Came down to visit us here at Bike Bandit, flew in here to Southern California to introduce the new Fly Racing gear. I just want to say, just as a former racer and a fan, to have a career that spanned, to be on the starting gate of Supercross main events for 3 decades, that's huge. So first off, welcome. Great to have you here.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
You bet, man. It's awesome to have the new gear. Looks awesome, looks poppin'. I can already tell the features, but I'm not going to steal the show. This is your baby, so
well, and I've been affiliated with Fly Racing myself for 10 years, so it's kind of an easy transition, and I've seen the evolution, which this gear is called, since the beginning. So from where it started to where it's come now, it's a huge difference, and I'm happy to be able to actually sell it instead of wear it. So getting right into it, this is our high-end premium line. The Evolution Clean is this version. We have basically 2 different styles of each line.
Okay.
And the idea is we want one that's a little bit crazier design. It's going to kind of reach out to the younger kids, and then we want stuff that is a little bit cleaner lines, simple, that's going to appeal to more everyone. So This is the clean version. This is the blue and high vis style of that Evolution Clean. This stuff, we basically put every feature we can come up with into it. We didn't worry about margins. We didn't worry about any of that. We just tried to build the best gear we could possibly build. You know, if people had ideas, we would try it. Didn't worry about any other factors of building gear other than let's just make really, really great stuff. So as you can see, working from the top, we have, which are pretty unique, we have these stretch panels here that are built specifically for neck braces. A lot of jerseys you'll see today, they're going to be tension points on the neck brace because it does stretch out your jersey if you bring the jersey up over it. So we built these into it to relieve all the stress points. Ventilation is a huge factor in gear. Obviously, everyone gets hot. You're sweaty when you're riding motocross. You want that airflow. There's different materials that you try to use, but really, when it comes down to it, getting ventilation in the right spots is key.
Sure.
We did that throughout the jersey, on the back of the jersey, which we'll get to. But really, with all of our lines of gear, we've really tried to move the ventilation around. So no matter where you like the ventilation or mesh on your jersey, there's a line that will fit you perfectly and will kind of fit your needs. So we've added stretch panels into the bottom of the arm here for any of those guys that get arm pump or feel that, you know, that stress point on their arm. We'll have a little bit of leeway there. You know, as I kind of tell everyone, jerseys are not where technology are put into gear. The technology is built into the pants because that's what's coming into contact with the bike,
right? And
that's what's really going to tell the difference as far as all the leg movements and all the things that are having friction with the motorcycle. So this is kind of you know, our baby as far as gear is this line because we've put so much work and time and thought into this stuff. So there's a lot of unique things that we do, starting with the closure system. We're the only people out there that have this magnet lock, which is pretty cool. Gets a little tough sometimes when I show people about it. I'm explaining the gear and they're just sitting here kind of going back and forth with the magnet. I'm like, yeah, I can slap them. Stop playing with the magnet. So, you know, inside of that, we have this zipper lock system, which is unique for us. We just started using this. The last few years, everyone kind of uses a snap system, like a button. Biggest problem with that is they fail all the time. You put a bunch of tension or torque onto a pant, snap's going to break. So this has alleviated all the failure problems. You know, obviously it has a zipper lock here, but the one thing cool about this is you can actually get a little bit more of an adjustment out of this. You can actually fine tune the fit a little bit with it.
Sure. And
then of course, inside of that, it also locks down the zipper. So the zipper has a locking mechanism inside it. If the zipper is pointed down, it can't come undone.
Okay.
If it's up, which, you know, obviously we would push it down and then lock it in place, it can come down. But when it is in the lock place, the zipper cannot come down. So just gives you that little peace of mind that you're not going to be riding around with your pants coming down.
That's, you know, I like, personally, I mean, I'm a good eater, and I like a little bit of, seriously, it's that little extra real estate. You're going to go ride after Thanksgiving. You might have gained a pound or 2. Just saying. That's slick. I like that.
Along that same line, which we were playing with before we went on screen here, is our 2D buckle system, which is unique for us. We have actually a patent going through on it. But basically, it gives you a ton of adjustment. We've actually used it. You can see here on the side how much actual adjustment we've used to tighten it up on this mannequin. But these things are really, really great for adjustment. And you can actually go up and down 2 pant sizes with just the adjustment. There's that much adjustment on it. You can see I've got this one pulled all the way up into here to make it fit this. But I bet this mannequin is probably, it would probably fit a 32, and these are 34 pants. We've lashed it down just to make it fit on here, so you can see how much adjustment you get out of it.
Besides the zipper adjustment, that's even after Christmas dinner.
Absolutely.
You know, even more. Okay,
yeah, and that's just a little fine tuner. These are the real adjustments on the side of these 2D buckle systems on each side. You can really clamp them down. Then they have, you can see where they tuck into the pant here. So, you know, most times when you're riding, unless you're going up and down in weight a lot, you're gonna set it once, tuck it in, and forget it. You know, it's that kind of system. But you really do have that. If your buddy wants to try your pants on, he's one size different. No problem.
Sure. Slick.
Yeah, and so a lot of the improvements we've made with the Evolution line over the past couple of years is in the weight and trying to get more ventilation, as I talked about the jersey. So ventilation helps with weight. You can see here, if you look closely, there's perforation all the way through this pant. It's perforated all the way down the sides. So you're trying to get airflow, and you can obviously get materials out of the pant, therefore making it lighter.
Sure.
We perforated these TPR panels here, which again adds airflow, more perforation here. The biggest thing we found was our factory riders, Andrew Shorttrick and these guys were like, man, we really want light gear. We need to get lighter. We need to get lighter. So that's what we've really been working on is how do we keep all the features? How do we make it look great? And how do we get it as light as possible? So trial and error, trying, you know, perforate here, what works better, how can we still keep the integrity and the look and all these things, but then take the weight down as well. So as you start going through the pant, you'll notice all of these, especially on this, it stands out, all of these high-vis stretch panels everywhere. And when it comes down to it, a stretch panel is what makes a pant work. When you're on the motorcycle and you're going through a turn and you feel your pant kind of pulling on your leg, that's because your stretch panel is not working correctly. So we've really put a bunch of time into building the stretch panels into every single place that you're going to have a tension point.
Right. I mean, I'm noticing, even as a transition, the difference between this panel and this panel, because this part of your body moves this way and this part moves up here. And what have you done? You've made a slight little seam here, and I mean, this is slick.
Yeah, and absolutely. And as we get to the back, you'll even see more of that. Every stretch panel on this pant has been thought out and sewn in different directions and different materials of stretch panels to work with that friction and that stress point. So when you really start looking at this and tearing a pant apart, this thing is really well thought out, and it really does work, man. That's the great thing about this stuff. You know, the biggest thing I hate is for a customer to go on the Bike Bandit or go into anywhere where they sell our product and just go, yeah, I don't like that color, I don't like that color, yeah, that color's cool, and then that's what they take. It really does no justice to all the great features and function, all the thought processes that went into this. We have great riders that wear this stuff every single day. So the feedback, and I used to be one of the guys calling up and say, hey man, this doesn't work right, or this is wrong. And our designers have really, taken the time to incorporate those ideas into the pant. So, as you can see, another great thing about these pants, we have massive leather panels on these pants. The reason we do that is for a short guy like me, or if we have a guy that's 6'3", you're still gonna, wherever the pant is sitting inside the boot, you're gonna be able to adjust it and still get protection from your pipe or exhaust or whatever what have you for the leather. One of the biggest problems we had with a leather panel was once we fixed the any kind of leather issue where it's not going to burn through after years of testing, we were finding that people were, if they set the pipe right on the stitching, they would burn the stitching out. So that's not really any better than burning the leather. You're still going to get a hole. So what we figured out is we can do triple layer of this Kevlar, and it's obviously the standard yellow Kevlar stitching, but it's really eliminated any kind of melting issues or people where they're getting a hole in their pan. And the buttons on the top and the leather were the two main. You can ask any gear company out there; those are the two warranty issues you're going to run into all the time. So we've really tried to do our due diligence on eliminating those. It really bugs me when people call up and say, hey man, your pant fell apart, or hey, I got a hole here, or I can't close anymore. That bothers me. I want quality products out there. So kudos to our designers. I can't sit in there and build it myself, but I can certainly give them feedback, and they've done a great job with that. As we go down into the bottom, you can see more perforation. One of the cool aspects that we do, knee braces out there. Everyone's, serious racers that would buy this gear are wearing knee braces these days.
You bet.
A lot of the companies now are introducing this tether system. What it does is it's basically a rope, but it goes from your knee brace to your boot. So say you're going through a turn, you stick your leg out. If your foot catches a rut funny, it's going to turn your foot, correct? Well, your knee may not go the same direction as your foot, so all that tension and torque is going onto your knee. Well, they found that you can eliminate a lot of that twisting motion if you connect your boot and your knee brace. So if your foot twists to the left, it's going to bring your knee with it. So everything is going that direction the same way, and you're not getting that twisting motion that can hurt your ligaments.
Right.
Well, that tether system is great. I'm all for it. But the problem was they were advertising cut a hole through your pants to connect the two. Well, if you have a rope going through your pants and you're riding, what's that going to do? It's going to saw right through your pants.
Right,
So
of course.
it's great for people's knees, not so great for our product. People are sending our pants back with they're ripped all the way through from a rope. I'm kind of like, man, what's the problem here? So easy fix for us. We have sewn in these stoppers. So all you have to do is cut your pant with a knife, but there's stoppers here that are sewn in. There's a tag here that explains everything, how it works and all the system, but they'll stop them. And there's 3 different height variations. So you're not going to ruin your pants. You can use the system, no problem, but you're not going to, end up ruining your pants. Everybody wins type deal. So just a little innovation that we're trying to keep up with and stay ahead of with the curve as far as safety and all these innovations that these people are coming out with. And it's a great selling point. People come in and say, oh man, what's that? Oh, that's really cool. There's a lot of thought put into this stuff. So we do a straight leg version in this pant. A lot of the things, same with the perforation in our jerseys, we try to offer a little bit for everyone. This pant has a straight leg. Some of the other pants that we offer have an elastic bottom. Just really try to give something so no one's going to ever walk in or order from Bike Bandit and say, I just couldn't find exactly what I wanted. There's always going to be something like that in the line for you. So there's elastic here in the bottom on each side if you have big calves or whatever. But really, as we turn this around, a lot of the function in this pant is in the back. As I was getting into talking about the stretch panels, you can really see now what I'm talking about, how these stretch panels are basically built in, and they're, you can tell close up how the materials are different, and they're sewn in different, the stretch panels are all working in different directions, and they're actually different materials. The same forces that are applied to your thigh as you're going through a turn are not the same that are put on your butt as you're accelerating, right?
Right.
So all this stuff has been thought out and changed, and over the years we've just gotten better and better and better, and we're gotten to a point where this pant's just really, really good, and it's going to work for even guys that are winning Supercross races. Trey Kennard, Andrew Short, these guys are winning top, they're beating the best in the world, to a guy that wants to go out and ride in the desert and just wants a pant that works really, really well. It kind of does the same for everyone. So
very, very impressive. Just when you said earlier that, hey, it was no limits here. Just throw at it what you got and not worry about margin or price point. So many gear companies build products that are like, okay, hey, this needs to be a $80 pant. And what they do is they build the awesome pant and then they take away stuff from you. And again, this is the flagship product, obviously, from Fly. I love that mentality where it's just whatever it takes, put it on. This is the cat's meow.
Yeah, it's tough to do. Don't get me wrong. I sit in meetings and the accountant's like, oh, we're spending way too much money, but we want to have that elite product.
Sure.
It really comes down to we want to have a product be like, man, this thing is just awesome. We'll put it up against anything out there. Maybe we don't make as much money on it. Who cares? We want something that's cool, that no matter what somebody brings out, we can say, okay, put it up against this stuff, and we have the product that can stand up. So this is like I said, this is our Evolution Clean line. I invite all of you out there, if your buddy has it, if you have it, go buy it from Bike Bandit. The stuff you will not be disappointed.
What's you said in the Evolution Clean, obviously blue, white, high vis. Any other color options in that?
Yes. So each line, depending on which gear line it is, this one has a full red colorway and a full gray colorway, and then the blue-white high vis.
Okay.
And then in the Evolution Vertigo, which is a little bit crazier, a little, it's just going to appeal to, the kid that's 16 and like, oh man, I don't want to wear all, gray stuff.
Sure.
It's going to have a little bit wilder designs. There's also 3 colorways in that. So, if you take all the designs and colorways that we offer, it's up to like 29 colorways and lines of gear.
That's
so
wild.
There's just no way you can go online and not find something that's like, yeah, that's me.
There you go.
So,
and what's size ranges?
So Pant we do 28 to 42, and a jersey we do a small to a 2X. So,
nice.
Yeah, and they really do run true. Riders, as I'm sure you're aware, are very picky. They complain a lot. So we really have gotten pretty particular on our fit and make sure that it's going to work, because the first race of the year, if a guy, we sign a guy up and he says, oh, okay, I wear 32 in a large jersey, and we bring it and that size isn't correct, it's a huge problem.
Sure.
Sure.
So. Really quick, I see you got a matching glove on.
I do. This is the Evolution glove. Similar to our line, it's a top of the line glove. This glove's undergone a ton of changes this year. The biggest thing when I first saw this glove was I thought, off-road guy. I just look at all the protection that this thing offers on top of it. And then my second thought was, man, all that protection's got to be heavy. But man, if you really, really put this on and hold it, it's not at all. This thing has got features built into it. Obviously, you can see all this is sticky, basically to give you more grip.
Sure.
And then, of course, it's got a design built into it as well. It's got a stretch panel all through the thumb here, so because basically that's what you're going to be using to wrap around the hand. But as you can see here, you can hold it yourself and see just how much protection you're getting. Knuckles, roosts, trees, whatever, basically rocks, whatever your discipline of racing is, this thing is built to kind of be universal and work in any situation. So
that is very slick. I like the. I don't want to call it an armadillo plate, because they're not overlapping.
Right.
But if you look at it that way, they're solid, and it actually articulates.
Yeah.
And there's no binding. It's free range of motion. I mean, this thing's slick, and I mean, it's light, like you're saying, but you can look at it and kind of go, okay, hey, there's double layers, double stitches in all your high wear areas. Back of the hand covered. I'm digging it.
Yeah, it's a true do it all glove, and it's built at a high end level.
And it's comfortable.
It is, yeah. For as much protection as it offers, I think people would be shocked if they tried it on at how well the thing fits.
Sweet. I mean, this is impressive. I mean, there's a lot here. There's a lot to absorb. I hope that we've helped you out. Of course, if you have any other questions, please reach out to us. Pick up the phone, give us a call, send us an email, whatever's the easiest for you. You can click on the support tab right here and go straight to the sales guys. They'll answer any other questions you want answered in regards to fitment or et cetera, et cetera. Got a size chart, obviously, for you for the Fly Racing gear. We love you, so you should like us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Jason, thanks so much for stopping by.
No problem.
Again, Rob Fish for Bike Bandit saying thanks much. We'll see you soon.